like I felt if you're running around the room, you're shouting, you're at the back of the building, you've on the floor, you've sung a song. They might not like it, but they can't say we were shortchanged.
No.
You've seen someone clearly working hard, and in fact, sometimes when I'd be walking around the audience and there were people not liking it, I could sort of say to them, do you not feel that you feel that this hasn't been worth it? You could sort of, you just want them to feel that they've seen something, and also something, parts of which would only ever happen once. And I think we've got to remind people as performers now that a live experience is about the things really happening in front of you. When we both did Martin Sohn's gig in South London the other week, in Peckham Rye.
The young lady in the front row.
A woman on the front row on a phone, and I took it off her and chucked it backstage, and I didn't do that to like lay down the law, or it's just like, and then I talked about the fact that a live event it's not the television, and it's not something on YouTube that you can pause. It's really happening, and I think you've got to remind people now. And you were from the punk days.
That's right.
And part of that thing is like that was again to be reminded by the short, sharp shock of that music that it was happening in front of you. It wasn't a technical construct.
Did you notice that being a recent development then, that kind of thing of on the phone while that's going? Do you think that is a result of internet and YouTube
the ubiquity of phones, and also sort of the fact that I got asked about five years ago, I got an email asking me to provide content. And I wrote about what? And these people said, we're content providers and you're a content provider. We're content distributors and you're a content provider. We want content for websites and mobile phones. And basically, after a long exchange of emails, it transferred. What they wanted was sort of stuff they could cut up into little bits and kids could play it on their phones or download it. And
so basically it was a hole that they wanted the material to fit into rather than material being the thing that had to find a container.
Exactly. And I think lots of artists now are supposed to be content providers, right? The material's driven by the formats it's supposed to go into. And I think the only answer is to go the opposite way. And this as a live DVD, this has got a 40-minute routine about Top Gear, a half-hour routine about Magnus Cider, and some other little bits at the beginning. The majority of it is unbroadcastable, not because of content or language, but because it just would not fit the format of television. You could show it if you showed the whole thing, but you can't cut it up. And actually, what I'm sort of thinking increasingly is the answer to live stuff is for it to be stuff that has no other life anywhere else. It's not possible to do anything else with it, and that's like the answer to content culture, is to actually go, well, I haven't got anything that you can have.
Because it won't go into a nice little time format, it won't be,
And also, I don't want people on buses to have to listen to other people playing bits of me on a phone in an environment that they didn't choose to hear it in. It's not what it's for. It would annoy me. So, I think that's part of being driven as a middle-aged man towards listening to more and more improvised music and jazz, is I'm not always even sure if I like it, but I know that it's only happening there, now.
And the spontaneity of it and the once-offness of it is
what is the only point of... Why leave the house to see something that you could see somewhere else, And that show had loads of bits built into it where there was a possibility of failure or stuff, talking to people and stuff not happening. It's not like Ross Noble where you've gone off for 45 minutes off the top of your head on something, but there were lots of bits that would remind people that it was a live event.